Poland's Premier offered Theresa May her dream EU trade deal last night in a big boost to her Brexit hopes. The PM took her 5 top cabinet ministers to Warsaw yesterday for a major charm offensive on the East European state. Theresa May shakes hands with Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki as well as defense and security talks with its new leaders. She also mounted a bid to prize Poland away from the tough stand on trade taken by France and Germany. In a clear sign the love bombing was working, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki delighted number 10 by supporting Mrs. May's 2 key trade deal demands when talks begin in March. He suggested the UK should be given continued barrier-free access for its key services sector, as well as also accepting London would follow different rules and regulations. Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, who was also on the trip up there, offered tremendous. Boris Johnson said that Poland had been rock solid in fighting the bureaucracy in Brussels, gushing that it was hard to find closer partners than Britain and Poland. Mr. Morawiecki added, "We know within the EU there are different views about it. I'm glad our views are not very divergent, and in fact we are very, very close in those areas. The Polish government believes in the freedom of providing services," he went on, "particularly transport, logistics, construction services, but also services where the UK is very strong, such as financial services, and in a crucial admission that a good deal is possible without the UK having to sign up to Brussels red tape, a red line demand." In Paris and Berlin, Mr. Morawiecki added, "It's very important for us, even though it will be based on different rules and regulations, because Brexit means Brexit, as the Madam said, that cooperation on all affairs should bring our nations together." Delighted Boris also told The Sun last night that the Poles are excellent people, adding they have been rock solid alongside us fighting against bureaucracy in Brussels. Prime Minister Theresa May responds to reports of Russian spy who attended Downing Street being arrested by Ukrainian authorities, but in a controversial move, Mrs. May pointedly refused to publicly criticize Poland's judicial reforms that the EU says pose a threat to democracy. While standing beside Mr. Morawiecki, the country is locked in a furious row with Brussels, who have launched Article 7 punishment action for the first time in its history to strip Poland of its voting rights. Any UK gets its iconic blue passport back in stunning Brexit victory for the Sun-depressed benefits claimants are asked, "Why haven't you killed yourself?" PM demands Met investigates ex-scopes who leaked Damian Green porn scandal. Boris Johnson warns Russia that Britain will respond to cyber attacks. Who is Damian Green and was there porn on his work computer? While saying there was a collective belief in the rule of law across Europe, the PM would only add these constitutional issues are normally and should be primarily a matter for the individual country concerned. Accompanying the PM on her RAF flight to Warsaw yesterday were Chancellor Philip Hammond, Home Secretary Amber Rudd, Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson and Business Secretary Greg Clark. The PM also gave Mr. Morawiecki a bespoke water jug and matching glasses, engraved with the words 10 Downing Street. By Lynn Davidson. Theresa May smirked last night after a Polish interpreter branded her Madame Brexit in a live broadcast. The PM looked pleased with her new nickname during yesterday's joint press conference with her Polish counterpart. Mrs. May's usual poker face broke into a smile as the passage of Mateusz Morawiecki's opening speech was translated. The interpreter said, "It's very important for us that this cooperation, even though it will be based soon on different rules and different regulations than it has been so far because of Brexit, because as Madam Brexit said, Brexit is Brexit." They went on, "But regardless of all that, we all realize how important the cooperation in defense, internal affairs, economic affairs, financial affairs is, as is the cooperation in all the areas." The pair appeared for a joint press conference after signing a joint UK-Poland treaty on defence and security cooperation ahead of the next phase of Brexit talks.